you're ending up with something like this, but it's not this. These units sell no matter how bad the market is. In my real estate market of Surrey and the Fraser Valley of British Columbia, I would like to think that a young family can get into some sort of a detached home with a white picket fence. But the realities of living outside of a city like Vancouver is that, well, real estate is extremely expensive. Obviously, everyone thinks real estate is extremely expensive no matter where they live, but Vancouver and the Greater Vancouver area is one of the most expensive places in the world to live. So families end up switching from detached homes into townhouses. And if you're a family, you probably need 3 bedrooms. In today's video, I have assembled some of the 3-bedroom townhouse floor plans that you will most likely see if you're looking for real estate here in the lower mainland of British Columbia, and particularly in my market of Surrey and the Fraser Valley. But before I show you that, if you would like to stay up to date on Surrey and the Fraser Valley real estate market, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And please go ahead and give me a click of the like button if you enjoy these floor plan videos, because apparently a lot of you out there are enjoying looking over floor plans and deciding what might be the best fit for you. And I've been absolutely blown away at the differences of opinions, and I guess that's why we have so many different types of floor plans in the first place. And of course, if you're looking for a townhouse for you and your family, and you're looking within my market of Surrey or the Fraser Valley, you can book a call with me right now using the link in the description below at a time that works best for you. Now, let's hop into 3-bedroom townhomes, starting off with a floor plan that is very old, let's say, because real estate is so now expensive in Vancouver, the whole lower mainland, across a lot of Canada, mind you. The townhouses that are being built now are being built vertically. So they're usually 3 stories. Now, sometimes they're below grade. The basement might be below grade, but a lot of them are 3 stories above grade or above ground level. But this particular unit that I'm looking at here is from the late 70s, early 80s. This was a very typical style of unit back in those days when you only had a 2-level building style, no in-ground basements. And you will notice in this particular floor plan, let me zoom in a little bit for you, there is absolutely no garage. This was when you would park either outside in a parking lot within the townhouse complex, or you might, if you're lucky, have a not a garage, probably a carport outside of your front door. So this is the lower level. You have a foyer, you walk in immediately. To your left, when you walk into this floor plan, you've got a little powder room. So it is nice that you have that kind of powder room, second toilet within the home for your guests to use, because you'll notice that with these older style townhomes, you only get 1 bathroom upstairs. So the primary bedroom upstairs won't have an ensuite, which has now kind of become customary in today's market. Upon entry, it kind of feels like a detached home more so than the newer style of properties. So you do get a proper eat-in kitchen. This is a galley style kitchen. These days, galley style kitchens are extremely unpopular. There's not a lot of them being built. Everybody kind of wants that new fancy open concept, which has had a lot of debate in the comments of these videos. So you do the galley style kitchen, then you do a walkthrough into a dining room. Now, these were affordable housing even back then. So you don't have multiple dining or living areas. You've only got this technical dining room and an open living room. Now, it's got a corner fireplace. These particular units, when they were built, may even have been wood burning fireplace, because again, these are late 70s and into the 80s style of townhomes. All your utilities or, your furnace, whatever is going to be there. This particular unit was electric heat, so there's only a hot water tank in there, but it's down there on the main floor, kind of tucked away under the stairs as well. And then tons of closet space. Back in the day, they actually used to have tons of closet space. You had usually one of these will be actually your kitchen pantry, one will be a coat closet, and one will be a broom closet. Then you go on upstairs. Now, this is a very typical layout. It is kind of strange for me. A lot of the time, this utilities room would have had the laundry. This actually has extra space, and the laundry is upstairs. Again, some people enjoy that. Some people don't. Some people don't want to cart their laundry downstairs. Some people want to do their laundry next to the kitchen while they're cooking all day long. So really just a preference. Let me know which one you like down below. You do have the 2 smaller bedrooms, probably where the kids are going to stay, with a shared wall. And then I really like this layout because you have to cross the hall and you don't have a shared wall with your own kids. There's no walk-in closet in these older properties. They do have, it's just one big long banquette with, this looks like a supporting post in the middle, but it's just a very large but traditional kind of closet. And then, of course, you do share only the one bathroom upstairs. So you end up with one sink, one toilet. Thankfully, you have that second powder room downstairs, and then a shower and tub. So this was very extremely typical all through this 1970s here, and then all through the 80s. But then things started to change in the 90s. I'm going to show you a very not typical floor plan now for the time period, but it is still a 3-bedroom. So this particular property, this is the main floor here. This is actually upside down. I guess I should have switched this around, but it is, we'll deal with it. So you walk in and you've got a proper foyer. This is great. I wish we could have more of this now, but there's not a lot of foyers in today's building, and you'll see what I mean as we go along. But here's why this is not traditional. You've got one bedroom right here on the main floor. So as soon as you walk in to your right past the foyer, there's a bedroom. It's great if you're having a guest. They can be around the corner. Most people are using these days for like dens. And this type of property is probably going to be more of an empty nester style of property, because this thing about having your third bedroom on the main floor, not a lot of parents are comfortable having young kids. Say you got a 6 and an 8-year-old. Are you going to stick one down by the front door while you're upstairs on the other end of the house? I don't really think so. So that's why maybe these didn't catch on, and they're much more popular with empty nesters. A full bath on the main. So this is a full 3-bath property. A little bit of storage under the stairs, laundry, utilities, actually all combine nicely to keep that space tight within the middle of the home. If I can zoom in here on this main floor. Now, when you turn left coming in, it says living room here. That's actually mislabeled. This is actually the family room. And the reason they call this the family room is because it's open onto the kitchen. Now, it's a nice, beautiful U-shaped kitchen. You can see this is actually an end unit. So there's all windows here over the sink. Nice, big, bright kitchen. I personally prefer a U-shaped kitchen like this than an island kitchen myself. I just think they're way more comfortable. They're way more functional. To be able to walk around that island for me isn't my preference. And then this actually has some countertop and different counter space across the way. So you get all the benefits of an island without kind of the wasted space, in my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Place for like a breakfast bar. And then this is where people are probably going to have a TV room, a couch. This is where you're going to spend most of your life, because if you go down here and you look, there's actually a door through to what I would consider to be the formal dining. Now, some people these days are just having kind of like a breakfast bar. Maybe they might have a breakfast table up here within the family room area, but this is the formal dining room. And let's face it, most people are only using formal dining if they're having their mother-in-law over, or Christmas and Easter only. So it is these days kind of wasted space. But in the 90s, when these were being built, this was extremely traditional. And then you go into the proper, they've got it labeled here as family room. It's not the family room. Maybe some people these days are going to use this even as their rec room if they're running out of space. But this is supposed to be, you'll notice the fireplace is here. This is supposed to be the formal living room of where you would have guests. Again, Christmas and Easter. When are you actually using this space? I don't know, because I think most people are going to end up in this kind of kitchen great room area up at the front. And then you actually have a patio off the back. So if you're going to be barbecuing or anything, that's actually going to be the space you're using. But now let's go take a look at the upstairs. So you come up the curved staircase, or the U-return staircase, I guess you would call it. Now this is kind of cool though. Even though there's only 2 bedrooms, upstairs, they're at opposite ends of the unit. So you have the primary up at the front, and the primary has this balcony off of the front. Now, these are nice. When I go to sell properties, everybody always says, "Oh, look at this nice balcony off of the main bedroom, off the primary bedroom. I can sit out here in the morning and have coffee." It's never going to happen. I've never ever once seen someone sitting on their front balcony of their home having coffee in the morning. It's just not really realistic, but it's a great selling feature for the future. So this is usually an unused balcony for the most part. You go into the ensuite, nice double sinks here. It doesn't have a separate shower. This is more of a luxury unit, so I would have liked to have seen a separate shower. Now, here's where I think they got it wrong. Kind of wrong. So you do have a full bathtub downstairs, if I can show you that here. You do have a full bathtub downstairs, but the main bath upstairs for your guests or for your children only has a shower in it. Personally, I would like to see these swapped, because most people are using their ensuite for showers daily, and then if they have to bathe children or have a soak. Often that happens in the other one. So I don't know. It's just a preference for me. Again, no walk-in closets in this unit. You will notice because it's an end unit, lots and lots of windows. But look at all these closets. They're actually quite narrow, but this is not a very common plan. So there's only a few of these out there within the city of Surrey. So I don't really want you to focus on this, but it can happen where you do have these bedrooms on different floors. So you do have to worry about that. If, for instance, you have young children and you don't want bedrooms on main floor, having one bedroom downstairs, if you are a uh, empty nester, if you need an office on the main, maybe you have clients come to your home, and like that's a really convenient thing for this bedroom. But realistically, most people want their 3 bedrooms upstairs. And then the garage is actually outside. So believe it or not, the garage would be off of the front door. So you actually have to walk out of the front door in order to go into your double side-by-side garage. Now I want to show you a more traditional 3-bedroom, 2-story home. So you enter in, you've got a foyer, which is nice. Off the foyer is the laundry room, and then this laundry room doubles as a mudroom. So you actually do have then an entry into your garage. So this one's nice because this is a unit where you can go drive into your garage, close the garage door, not worry about the weather elements, and come inside. You'll see the furnace is inside, while for some reason the hot water tank has access through the garage, which is a little off. Again, they've got these labeled maybe incorrectly. Oh, no, sorry, I don't. I stand corrected. This is actually the formal living next to the formal dining. Then when you actually pass through, it's got another one of those kind of U-shaped kitchens. This one's a little smaller, but it has now a designated eating area. And this is now at the back of the home. So your yard is off of the kitchen, and then you've got a sliding glass door here off of your family room. So I prefer this because if I'm barbecuing, I don't have to walk all the way to the backyard through my living area, carrying a plate of steaks or whatever you might drip or whatnot. So personally, this is a way better setup if you ask me. I love the fact that the family room is here. You've got a center fireplace. Interesting about a center fireplace, it's actually way nicer to have a center fireplace because the heat stays in your unit better as opposed to having it on an outside wall where all of the heat or 50% of the heat escapes to the back of the fireplace. So I really quite like this. They've got a pantry here, which is really nice. And then obviously the powder room is centered and it's nicely tucked away from everything, right? Like if you're hanging out with your friends in the formal living room, or if you're having like a Christmas dinner, the bathroom is not tucked in off of like the dining room or the kitchen. It's separated from everywhere. And, we all probably think that's a very good thing. Now let's go upstairs. You actually have 3 very separate bedrooms here. So you've got 2 baths. You've got a massive ensuite bath, which is gorgeous. It's got a separate shower. It's got a soaker tub for 2, if you're into that sort of thing. 2 sinks again. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece ensuite and a walk-in closet. You've got a sitting area kind of within the master. This is how massive this master bedroom is. And then, the primary bed is just absolutely huge. So then you have a second room. Now, kids' rooms, nobody really cares about. As long as they're big enough for the bed, maybe a desk or a dresser, it is what it is, right? So I just like the fact that they're sharing the wall with the ensuite instead of the master, and then also sharing no walls up here at the front. So I really like the way this is all situated here on the top floor. And then this section is actually open to below. So when you're in the hallway upstairs, maybe you can yell at your kids downstairs properly when you're coming out of the primary bedroom and looking for your children. Maybe you can yell at them if they're hanging out in the living room downstairs. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of this floor plan. I really like it, but they're not building them anymore. They are now building since about, let's call it 1998. They're building this style of property. Now, this one I actually really prefer. The reason is, first off, it's an end unit. Let me see if I can squish in here for you. Now, this is about a 1,350 square foot unit. You drive in into the garage. Now, it's a tandem garage. This is what I'm talking about when we're talking about building up. The parking to get the unit narrower, to get more units into the complex, to increase density in the neighborhood, you park 2 cars, I guess, nose in you would call it, one after the other. It's not super fun to jockey those cars around if you work a different time maybe than your spouse or your kids, or if they're driving. But it's not terrible. It's much better than having no extra parking. Most people park only one car inside, go park on the street somewhere else, and then use the rest for storage. But I like this layout because look at how the garage opens up at the back. Massive, great storage opportunity in the back. Now, you've got a split entry. So you actually enter in on kind of a split level foyer, and then you can pick, are you going upstairs or downstairs to the garage? So you can drive in, you can come upstairs. You got to do a full round of stairs now to get to your main floor. You walk into your main floor. Now, this is personally how I prefer a property to be. I love this kind of large kitchen and then living area over here, but that's not how they're designed. I'll show you how we use it, and then I will show you how it's designed by the developer. How we use this every single day is, here's your kitchen. This is designed, this little area here is designed for your, I guess they would call it breakfast table or eating nook. And this area is supposed to be a family room with a couch or a TV, but that's never what happens. Usually people toss in a massive dining table or something where they're actually going to use this entire space as they have here, which they labeled it eating area, as their massive kitchen. And then they're going to turn usually this dining room, which nobody's really going to use, and this living room into one big, massive living area. Maybe you're going to do your home office in this area. This one actually had a home office built in off of the kitchen as well. So again, you're going to spend most of your time back here in the back of the home. But I mean, I don't think people are going to have an eating table here and a dining table here most of the time. However, maybe they are. I know people don't like it when I say the older folks prefer still a dining table, but they do. Generally speaking, if you're over 50, 55 years old right now, you still enjoy having that hutch and your china set and your formal dining area for your kids to come over. Younger generation doesn't give a rip about any of that stuff. So is what it is. Now let's go upstairs. I really do again like this. These are small rooms now, but they are, good enough. This is a small unit, only 1,300 square feet, but you do have basically 9x9 rooms. The kids' rooms, one has a smaller closet, one has a bigger, but they do have the shared wall. There's a nice kind of a banquette as well, so kind of like a window seat. Washer dryer is upstairs in a closet. Unfortunately, there's no laundry room in these. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity to not have a massive laundry room down in the garage. But again, now you'd have to do 2 flights of stairs each time to get down to do your laundry. So that's probably why they have it upstairs. This unit has identical bathrooms back to back, one in the primary, which is your ensuite. I would love to see a little bit more space, but hey, you're dealing again with a smaller property. Linen closet is inside the primary suite, which is unusual, but not terrible. If you have to, run out and grab a towel from your linen closet. And then it does have a small closet, but again, this is a small unit. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but this is an end unit. So you've got, again, more banquette, window seat, if you want to call it that. And then you've got windows kind of all over the place on the side. So you're open to 3 sides in this unit. And this is a very, I guess you would say, entry-level townhouse that most families are going to look at. In today's market, I don't like to timestamp this necessarily, but in today's market, this is probably going to be a $750,000 to $850,000 property in my market of Surrey, just depending on age and different things. But there's one thing that's missing here, and maybe you'll notice it right away when I switch to this much more typical, newer, a little bit newer, tandem style property. So let me know in the comments if you've picked up on the difference already, but I will point it out. Again, tandem car garage opens up at the back again. So this is your front entry. Your front entry goes into this foyer. This is the big trouble that a lot of people have with these when you're not used to living in Surrey and seeing these type of properties. You walk in, there's just a staircase right in front of you. There's just a staircase going up, and you've got this tight little foyer with a door into the garage. So it's not ideal, but it is a place you can, I don't know, maybe hang coat hooks. You'll notice there's no entry closet. Again, that tandem parking utilities are under the stairs. You go upstairs. There is actually a door out to the back. So this would be your backyard. Would be through the garage. So you've got a balcony upstairs and a patio downstairs. This will be a little fenced yard. But if you want to take a puppy out for a pee in the middle of the night, you actually have to run down 2 flights of stairs through your garage and then out the back as well. So not ideal, but people make it work. So let's say you go upstairs. Now, this is the difference. I'll point it out. Powder on the main. The difference here is you have a toilet and a sink on the main floor. So you notice the last unit didn't. So if you do have guests over, they have to go up into your living space, up into your bedroom space, basically, not into your bedroom, but you know what I mean, into the hallway upstairs to use the other bathroom. This one has a nicely tucked away powder room around the corner. And thankfully, the door is not facing the kitchen. It's actually tucked around the corner. So it does give a level, of privacy. Kitchen, island kitchen, and peninsula breakfast bar area. I love that. It opens up into an eating area. Now, this is where people kind of choose. Are you going to use this as the kids' little play area so you can keep an eye on them while you're cooking if you got little young ones? Or are you going to actually put a breakfast table here and then a full proper dining table down the end? I love the fact that the living room really opens up and takes advantage of that extra space. Corner fireplace. And you'll notice this is not an end unit because these are shared walls. So all of this here is shared walls with your neighbors on either side. So you only have windows at each end. It is still nice to have windows at each end. That way, you can get some cross breeze going. Then we go upstairs. Large primary. Again, no walk-in closet here at all. I love this. Ensuite has double sinks. Again, full oval soaker tub. A shower that most people are going to use most of the time. And then the kids, again, you'll notice this becoming a common theme. The kids' bedrooms will share a wall, and then you're going to have that bathroom upstairs. Now, and then it's just a standard. It's not a very fancy bathroom, the main upstairs. And then this is a change, washer dryer side by side. And you'll notice it's actually not even in a closet. So this is actually open. So I guess you better have a nice looking washer dryer. But again, it's upstairs. And now you might have, because you've got the side by side washer dryer, you probably have space for, I don't know, things like a laundry shelf, folding table on top, things like that. So great use of space there. Now let's pop into one of my favorite floor plans. So this is actually a floor plan. There's a couple of complexes around Surrey that have this. My thought is I like Arbor Village. It's West Cloverdale. Really nice. I think Ovation has the same kind of floor plans. But this is now getting away from the tandem. But it's got its own little quirks as well. So the garage down here is now a side-by-side garage. So you don't have to worry about that car jockeying. This particular unit actually had 2 on the pad as well. So you get 4 car parking. These are currently selling in and around the $900,000 range. So they do jump up to get that side-by-side parking. It is kind of a next level to have that kind of convenience. And then the property opens up, it widens. There's a rec room. They got it labeled as a family room. There's a rec room at the back now. But this is kind of the weird thing with these layouts. You've got this tiny, tiny, tiny little foyer, like this barely, you can't open both these doors at the same time. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. The clients that I have that have been in these units, this is actually, they have a little bit of problem with this. This has always been a pain in the butt. But now you've got this stair that goes up, and then you've got a landing on the main, and then stairs that go back down to your family room. So it's kind of this weird kind of pyramid staircase that goes back and forth. But hey, you do end up with a family room downstairs, so you can tell the kids to go the heck away. I was going to use a different word, but go downstairs, go play. You get a rec room, go use that. Maybe you use it as a gym. But now when you get up to the top, this is like open concept, big, wide unit. You're not that little skinny unit anymore. So you end up with a balcony on both the front, over the top of the garage, and the back. You end up with a powder room on the main, pantry, coat closet. You remember the last one didn't have a coat closet. Coat closet here. Now the coat closet is upstairs, so you're kind of greeting your guests kind of on the second level instead of down on the first level, which isn't ideal. And then we kind of get like this island kitchen that's half a galley kitchen. This is actually all open, so I really like this. The thing I actually didn't like in particular about this particular complex, it's all electric heat. If you're from Surrey or the Fraser Valley, you've grown up with natural gas, you want a furnace probably. It's all electric heat, but it does open up then to a few other things. You've got really good ceiling height here because you don't have ducts in the ceiling. Really, really nice. I don't know if you need this whole eating area and this whole dining area. next to your living room. So most folks are making this dining area their dining area, living room, and then a lot of the time this is just open space. So it is a little bit wasted. I would have liked to have seen them do something with this space because I don't think you're going to have two tables right side by side. Again, the powder room's there. Double balconies is nice though, because this particular unit was east and west facing. So one balcony has morning sun, one balcony has evening sun, depending on which you like or what season it is. So then we go upstairs. Primary has just a shower now, which is my preference. Only one sink, which is not my preference. It does now have a walk-in closet, which I think is fantastic. And again, you'll notice the two kids' rooms, let's call them second and third bedroom. I really like this because they do have a shared wall, but they don't have a shared wall. Their closets are actually the buffer in between. So there's a better noise buffer in between the two other bedrooms, which I really appreciate. This is an end unit, so you'll see there is extra windows all on this side of the property. So it's actually open to, this one was open to west, east, and south, which was really nice. Again, you're stuck with that kind of closet laundry room action going on down there with the stacker. Not ideal, but it's a really, really awesome plan. But the best plan, in my opinion, and I am biased because I did live in a similar unit to this myself way back in the day. The best plan is this plan. I have seen these all over. They're very common. I think Lakewood used them quite a bit when they were building. It's a super common plan. Westfield, Madrona, so many of the good complexes have this style of plan. There's a bunch in South Surrey as well. I really, really like them. Again, absolutely biased because I used to live in one myself. And what I liked about it so much is, including the garage, is like 2,500 square feet. So take the garage out, we're like 2,000-ish square feet, side-by-side garage, which is the coolest part for me. I'm a car guy, so I want that side-by-side garage. So you drive into your garage. Now, there is a foyer on a split landing, but realistically, most people every day are going to drive into their garage and they're going to enter in from the bottom. Utilities are off to the side. Now you end up with this massive rec room. Some people have turned this into a bedroom, but realistically, you've got this big, big space, and you're probably going to have your office or home office or something downstairs as well in this kind of extra nook. I just love the ability to have this extra flex space. Lots of people put gyms down there. Lots of options. There's actually enough room in this room to have your kids' rec room downstairs, plus maybe your office or plus maybe your gym or whatnot. So really, really good spot. Then you go up half a flight of stairs, and your powder is now split between the up and lower level, which I actually really like. So your guests, if you're on the main floor, they can run down half a flight of stairs and the powder's right there. Or if your kids are down in the basement playing, they only have to run up half a flight of stairs to use a powder room there as well. Now you get up to the main. Again, I'm going to point out that this is actually not how we are designed, but this is how people use this unit. So this kitchen here, island kitchen, they've added in actually extra cabinetry and different stuff here. But this is how it was used, as this is your dining area, this is your massive kitchen, and then this is one big living room. But the developer didn't build it this way. This bank of cabinets was not here. And this would have been your eating area originally with a smaller kitchen. This would have been your family room, but nobody uses it that way. Then this area off to the side was your formal dining, and this was your living room. But I think what most people do is they do this. They end up having one big kitchen on one side, one big living room on the other side. The difference here is you do actually have the separation between the kitchen and the living. Personally, I like this. I went through COVID with two very young kids. Personally, I really enjoy having a little bit of separation. Not full separation, but a little bit of separation. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. You got your front coat closet is actually up here on the second floor, which isn't always ideal, but it's not bad. It's actually a really good way to save a little bit of space rather than try and jam it in somewhere else down on the bottom floor. Then we go up to the upstairs, or the top floor, the third floor. Again, there's that shared wall. Now we have decent closet size, decent bedroom sizes here. You'll see this one's 13 by 8. This one's 10 by 9.5. So you're starting to get some really good bedroom sizes because this floor plan is like 2,000 square feet. Standard bathroom. Ensuite, I actually really love. This is in my estimation the right way to do it. You have a full big proper double shower, but it's not a tub, it's a shower. 2 sinks, and the toilet is really well laid out. A full proper walk-in closet, which I really, really like. And then again, it's an end unit, so you're open on 1, 2, 3 sides, getting lots of natural light. This, in my estimation, or a version of it, is the floor plan you want if you want to raise a family within the city of Surrey. It's like 2,000 square feet. There's the go the heck away space downstairs. There's good separation upstairs. There's good storage. There's side-by-side garage. It's absolutely everything you want. And if you're lucky, you can get an end unit. And these units sell no matter how bad the market is. These are always, I just had one of the very, very, very similar to this week, even though the market is slowing down, multiple offers. So interesting. But it's not this. This is where the sales centers get you. Okay, so this is a much newer unit. You think you're ending up with something like this. You go into the sales center, they look very similar, but let me point out the differences. Personally, I am not a fan so much of this one, even though if you're buying a new townhouse, you're probably going to end up something similar to this. So this particular unit, you've got a front porch, you walk in. Now you do have a big foyer and you've got a den off to the side. So most people are using this as their office. And then you've got this large greeting foyer, which is kind of nice. You do end up with a side-by-side garage. To get out of your side-by-side garage, you actually have a man door as well. So that could be a benefit. You go upstairs, and now we have the open concept. Now, some people really enjoy open concept. I like a little bit of separation. Massive living room. 1 dining area. So now you can see this has actually changed from having the 2 different areas that get modified into 1 big area to a different setup. 1 big dining area, 1 big living room. The kitchen is here, island kitchen. It's got a pantry. It looks like it has absolutely everything you want. What's missing here for me is any separation at all. This is also only a 1,400 square foot unit. So even though the floor plan looks the same, the other one's 2,000 square feet. So the rooms are just that much bigger in the other one. The difference in price is not going to be that dramatic. It might only be a $10,000 to $50,000 difference, but this is way smaller of a unit. The reason people go for this unit is it's new and fancy and they like them, but they're not as livable. So I do stress people, they watch this. For instance, I like the use of space here. It's got a pocket door into the powder room, but literally your toilet is, what is that? 6 feet away from the fridge. Not ideal in my estimation. I do like how they have the window over top of the sink. And then you go upstairs, and again, they got pretty good separation here. Like you've got a closet kind of separating the 2 other bedrooms. You've got a full proper tub. You've got the side-by-side washer and dryer. You've got a walk-in closet. You have the 4-piece ensuite with shower, but these rooms are now smaller. This is a 8 by 9.5 room, another 8.5 by 9 room, as opposed to the last one where you had that 13 by 9 room, right? So just each room here, you're going to notice is a little smaller. So people think they're getting the same thing. They're not getting the same thing. The only reason for this is developers know that they need to cram more units in to a development in order for development to make sense. So the last plan I showed you, this one, these are probably going to be 15 to 20 years old. And these units are going to be 5, 10 years old maximum. So that is a big difference when you're looking for that. And I want to just round this out, this 3-bedroom townhouse video with this floor plan because it's actually a 4-bed. I kind of lied. Not all about that. Now it is 2,000 square feet. I really like it. This is actually this is from Hyde Park. I believe this is Zenterra built property. And I wanted to bring this in for a couple of reasons. So you end up with that garage side by side. You walk in, and now instead of that rec room, technically it's a bedroom. Most people are probably going to still use it as a rec room, but it's got a full bath down now. So this space for like a 20-year-old kid still living at home, fantastic. They got a full proper bathroom on their own, bedroom, walk-in closet, and they're just away from you. They kind of, I mean, if they got a car and they're coming through the garage, you barely even know they're living there. Do I think you need 4 bathrooms in a townhouse? Personally, I don't. But they're becoming extremely popular to do that. I actually think one of the ways you can fix housing crisis issues is have less bathrooms in houses, but I would think that would bring down costs. You would think. You go on upstairs. Now, your entry, this is actually built into a hillside a little bit. Your entry is actually on the second floor. So if you're coming home yourself, you're driving into the garage on the bottom floor. But if you're having guests come over, they're coming in the top floor on the other side of the property. Nice, proper, good foyer. The living rooms in these were a little small, and I'll explain what I mean. The living room is here, and then you've kind of got this no man's land. It's not really a spot where you can put a couch over here and a couch over here. It just doesn't flow. I wish I had the pictures pulled up. I probably should have. It just doesn't flow well. So you kind of have this no man's land. But the kitchens in these units are spectacular. They're the best kitchens you can get in a townhouse in any townhouse I've ever seen. Massive island kitchen, wall ovens, window over the sink, gas ranges, you name it. It's just as good as it gets. If you're looking at Hyde Park, they are the best kitchens in the entire world. And the dining room, they've got off to the side. What I've seen people do here is they use a living room. It kind of becomes a little tight. Then they actually end up with their office or whatnot kind of in this no man land space. And then they end up with instead of more of a large table, they end up with one of those long skinny tables. And they actually end up putting it in this kind of area in the dining room. I love this walkout kind of patio over top of the garage. So it's more of a sun deck over top of the garage. This one actually has a front yard. So there's no yard space in this particular unit. So something to consider there. And then I do love how now your coat closet is tucked away around the corner. But look how far away the powder room is from your living area and from your kitchen. It's actually really, really well situated. So I really appreciate that. Go on upstairs again. Now, these are, in my estimation, the nicest, biggest, best top floor units in newer style of product. I believe these were like 2015, 2016-ish built. You have a massive primary. You end up with, this is actually a makeup table in behind. It's not a tub. A large shower, separate sinks, and look at the distance in between those sinks. If you spend any time in the bathroom with your spouse, you know distance between the sinks is important if you have 2 sinks. So huge room, massive walk-in closet. The laundry, you could stack it. There is enough room. I've seen, I think these units came with a stacker, and then a lot of people separated them, put a folding table on top and a bunch of storage above, which I think is a great idea. Then you end up with, standard bathroom. And then the kids are sharing a wall again, which actually isn't a bad deal. You will notice this is an inside unit with only exposure on the north and south ends. So there you have it. Let me know what you think of the different types of floor plans for 3-bedroom affordable, if we can call it that, townhomes within the city of Surrey and the Fraser Valley. If you're not quite ready for a 3-bedroom townhouse, you need something a little bit smaller, go ahead and watch my 2-bedroom floor plan video, as well as the condo floor plan video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, click the like button, book a call with me if you need help, and we'll see you in a couple of days.